Lauren couldn't sleep that day. Since the morning, she had this feeling, like someone was watching her from far away, a light feeling, but it kept growing stronger the closer night came. When she lay next to her sister, she tried to shut her brain off, but the ticking of the clock kept banging inside her chest with every breath she took. The idea of getting up to drink some water kept coming and going, but her thirst got worse, and the fear inside her was stopping her from moving. She stayed there, lying down, trying to convince herself that nothing was wrong, but her heart knew this night wasn't normal. In the end, Lauren got up. She beat her fear. She walked with terror, chasing her every step. The living room was so quiet, she could hear her heartbeat louder than her breath. She stood in front of the kitchen, reached for the glass to wet her throat, but before the water touched her lips, her eyes fell on him. A vampire, standing there in the dark. Bald head, pale, wrinkled skin like he's been dead for years. His eyes drowned in black, and blood dripping fresh from his mouth onto his messy, dark clothes. As soon as Lauren saw him, her legs moved back on their own. The glass slipped from her hand. She didn't even hear it smash. She ran to her room. Her heart was 2 steps ahead of her body. She barely made it inside, stopped in front of her sister's bed, reaching out, shaking her with all she had, but nothing. Her sister didn't feel a thing, still asleep, like deep, unnatural sleep. Tears ran down Lauren's cheek right before she heard it. Heavy breathing right behind her. She turned around, terrified, and he was right there. The vampire, eyes black, mouth dripping, blood dots on the floor. She let out a silent scream. Her body ran on its own straight to her parents' room. She ran fast, not seeing anything but the darkness swallowing her. Her legs heavy, but fear was dragging her forward. She felt the vampire chasing her, but heard no footsteps. She reached her parents' door, panting, banging on it with everything she had. Bang after bang, crying, screaming. "Mom! Dad! Open up! Please!" But inside the room, no one answered. No lock turned, no safety came. Lauren sat in front of the door, her back pressed against it, the one that never opened. Tears falling in silence, her breath breaking, her hands too weak to wipe her face. Then she heard it, scratching from her sister's room. Her body froze, eyes locked on the darkness coming out from that door. The sound grew louder, the door moving back and forth, and she could hear the vampire inside coming. Lauren couldn't take it. Her eyes started to close on their own. Her body dropped next to the door. Everything went black. The morning light hit Lauren's face before she opened her eyes. She felt soaked, in exhaustion, her body heavier than it ever felt before. She opened her eyes and found herself still lying in front of her parents' door. She barely sat up, arms shaking from the cold. Looked around. The living room was quiet, clean. No blood, no scratches, nothing that said last night was real. She whispered to herself, catching her breath. It was a nightmare. Had to be a nightmare. Lauren sat with her mom and told her everything, but her mom just looked at her like it was a normal dream. Lauren told it all, messy details, swearing the blood was real, swearing the vampire stood right there. Her mom nodded, said it must have been a nightmare from all the stress. Lauren didn't know how to respond. Even she didn't want to believe it was real. She went to her room, tried to calm herself, and fix the bed she tore up during the night. She picked up the clothes scattered on the floor, heart still tight, but forcing herself to believe it was over. Done. But then, as she picked up the clothes, her eyes landed on a red stain. Right where the vampire had stood, she froze, felt colder than before. Her mind finally caught up to the truth she was running from. None of it was a nightmare, and this was just the beginning.